Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi. Can someone confirm if I am audible? Hi. Hi, Noor. Am I audible? Can someone confirm? Hi. Okay. Yes, you are. Good. Great. So let's just give one more minute for people to join. Right? So we will do a very quick live today. I want to share some very important information. Okay. Good. I'm also trying to share my screen. Hmm. Okay. We are good. You're audible. Can we record this session and share it on your channel also? Yeah, I can do that. But anyways, it's on the channel only. Hi everyone. Hi. We are 150 plus people, so we will give one more minute so that we have maximum number of people. We are going to. I'm going to talk about the questions that people were asking about. Mhm. Yeah, I think we are good. Okay, so yeah, 256 people, we are doing good. So the topic that I wanted to discuss today is very straightforward. A lot of people are asking about projects for the resumes. You might have seen the thumbnail also, right? So one thing that I don't understand is like, why are you worried about the projects for the DevOps engineers? There are so many projects. Like, let me share my screen. Okay. Probably I also want to understand from you people what is lacking, so that if I'm trying to put so much of effort, I would also like to understand from you people, uh, is there anything lacking, so that we can also focus on that particular aspect and I can do more projects on that. But there are already super complicated projects. There are right from the beginner level projects. Like, this is the YouTube channel, right? This is our channel. All of you are definitely aware of it. And now, if you just go to the projects section here, real-time projects for DevOps and cloud. So this has 30 project videos. There are so many more on the channel, but I have filtered some good projects and I have, uh, let me pause this. Yeah, sorry for that. So right now there are 30 projects here, and the project starts from beginner level projects. So someone who is like uh, very new to DevOps, they can start with basic projects such as deploying a very simple application. Then we have Docker projects, we have AWS, we have so many projects. Like, uh, I think there are close to 10 projects on AWS. And then we have projects on Kubernetes, which are like deploying e-commerce application, security level. We have projects on Python. We have deployed two-tier application, three-tier application. We have deployed multi-cluster Kubernetes deployment, right? And then in Azure, we are doing like super good projects. We have recently completed the Azure DevOps CI/CD pipeline, which is for a multi-microservice architecture project. This is an e-commerce application. So my question is that, let's say you want to show yourself, please share projects on Azure DevOps. I'm already sharing Sai Saket. See, these are the projects on Azure DevOps, right? We need projects on Azure DevOps. These are the projects on Azure DevOps. Yeah, probably if there is something missing, I also want to understand, because I am doing projects on Azure DevOps and people are asking projects on Azure DevOps. So is there something that is missing? If I, I mean, the whole thing is, if I'm putting so much of effort, I just want to understand how can you help, how can I help you people more? That's the whole agenda. So now Sai Saket has asked for Azure DevOps project, and also one more person has asked for Azure DevOps project. So uh, like, are you not following the videos, or are you expecting more from the Azure DevOps? Because here we have deployed 5 microservice project, and here we have deployed project with 8 microservices. So, and this has complete CI/CD. AWS DevOps, yeah, we have AWS DevOps projects as well. See, CI/CD pipeline for microservice applications on AWS. We have AWS related projects like cost optimization, AWS compliance. Yep. Ashok, can you please post that, whatever you have? We are missing on security on each phase of CI/CD. Left security, like, see, Venkat has asked this question, right? Let me answer that. So, see, security is part of everything that you are doing. I'll give you a basic example. Let's say you're working on the CI/CD project, okay, and in the Azure DevOps project, we were using the access token. How do you store that access token inside a CI/CD environment variable, and how do you access that? That's a security aspect. And let's say in the Azure DevOps project, we were using ACR, that is Azure Container Registry. And Azure Container Registry comes with like, it comes with a by default. You don't have to use Trivi, or you don't have to use Clear, you don't have to use Snick, because it comes with inbuilt thing. Just like Docker has Docker uh, Scout, Azure in the ACR also has its inbuilt security thing. Mhm. Okay, let me read the comments more. Okay, we will cover application sets. Sure. Okay, again, I see the same question. Make projects on Azure DevOps. If you have done with these projects, you will get very good experience with Azure DevOps, and people are taking like 5 to 7 days to complete this project, even with guidance. We have members only who have joined the channel as members. Some of them are finding difficult, some of them were able to do. So, hmm, make multiple projects on Azure DevOps. So we have done a 5 microservice project. We have done 8 microservices project. Can you suggest what do you mean by multiple? Probably that will also help me understand. Like, I'm reading through all the comments. So if there is something, some project that you would also like to suggest, please put the complete description of the project, right? Whoever wants to suggest, they can suggest. But if you put the complete description, what exactly are you looking for? Then if there is a video, I can point you out at that. If not, I will definitely do that video. Uh, which reason? Let me see. There is some reason that is shared. You mostly covered projects in AWS, but recently we have started Azure playlist. We have completed 2 projects end to end. Most of the people are following and try to get jobs only in Azure. Yeah, good one, right? So if you go to the Azure playlist right now, so right from the beginning of our Azure playlist, we have completed 4 to 5 projects, right? We have done an e-commerce project, we did the CI/CD project, then I have shown you how to set up the firewall and the basic things with respect to virtual networking, and we also have cost optimization and configuration project on the Azure as well. So whatever projects we are doing on AWS, same projects we are also doing on Azure. Okay. Now, let me explain about, if someone wants to put the projects on their resume, let me explain how can you put those projects. Okay. So probably that will also help you understand more. So first of all, if you are a fresher, or if you are someone with zero experience, it can be from non-IT, IT, wherever you are transitioning. If you are a fresher, or if you are someone with zero experience in DevOps, then what you need to do is you need to pick up the projects and you can showcase, like, for example, you can pick up the e-commerce project that we have recently done. or you can pick up this two-tier AWS architecture. Whatever is available here, you can pick up one project and try to explain that project. If you have to explain, you have to do the project. One suggestion is that do not copy anyone's resume. Like obviously, if I share resume of someone, then you will get that resume, you will just copy paste it. Probably your application might also get selected. But what is the use? If you have copied the project, do the projects and put those projects, right? So also do not put basic level projects. They will not help you. The basic level projects are only for you to understand, right? You cannot directly go and complete this project. You can complete easy projects first and then you can go to the complicated projects. But if you just put this deploy a very basic application on AWS, then that is not considered as a project. Now I'm not talking about experienced till now. I'm only talking about freshers and people with zero experience, right? Sai Saket, make food delivery app or video hosting app projects. See, basically, it doesn't matter if you are doing food delivery, video hosting. End of the day, for you, what matters is how you are performing CI/CD on microservice architecture applications, right? So I'll give you best example. Here we have done a gaming application, which is a 2048 application. Here we have deployed a e-commerce application. Here we have deployed a voting application. But end of the day, what matters to you is that it's a microservice architectured application. Even if you do Swiggy, Zomato, anything, right? Again, there are microservice architecture applications. And the advantage of these projects that I've picked is that they have been created in such a way that each microservice is created in different programming language. If I do a real-time food delivery project or something, right, then the entire project will be in one programming language. Here you have an advantage and an edge that if you understand the project, what I have explained, and if you go through the source code of that project, you will get the Docker files, you will get the Kubernetes manifest, you will learn how to create Helm charts, not for one programming language, but different programming languages, right? That's how you can show your experience in much better way. Okay, going back to the thing that I was discussing. So if you are a fresher or if you have a zero experience person, then what you need to do is, let's say if you are doing this particular project, write detailed thing. How did you implement this project? What did you gain out of it? What was your experience while doing it? Probably if you explain that in a better way, saying I have created an EKS cluster, then in EKS cluster I have expressed deployed these microservices, then I have exposed the ingress, and while doing it I've also used ALB, that is application load balancer. If you explain all of these things, then the weightage of your resume increases. This is for freshers. Now talking about experienced people, you cannot take any of these projects and dump it in your resume, because if you are showing experience such as 4 years 5 years in DevOps, then why will you work on this let's say 2048 application, right? Why will you work on 2048 application in your organization? Just try to understand, why will you work on this robot shop project in your organization? If you are an experienced person, what you need to do is you need to take this particular projects, try to convert them similar to your organizational ecosystem. Abhishek, how does that work? I did not understand. Again, I'll try to explain. So let's say I am working in an organization which is selling some let's say I'm working in Domino's. Okay, and in Domino's I'm actually working as a support engineer, and I want to transition into DevOps engineer, but I don't have exposure towards DevOps engineering. So what you can do is you can come to our channel, you can learn about this e-commerce project, right? And e-commerce project has multiple microservices. In this e-commerce project, actually they are selling some robots. But in your organization, they are selling, probably if you are working in Domino's, they are selling some food, they are selling pizzas. Here in this project, we are working on a pseudo project that is selling robots. In your organization, they are actually selling some food. So there is not much difference. So do this project, try to convert this project to your organizational project and showcase that. Do not copy these things, right? Lot of experienced people do these mistakes. That's why I'm trying to explain. right? So experienced people, you have to take these projects, improvise them according to your organizational standards. If you are working in a pharma company, even the pharma company has a website. Pharma company also sells medicines, right? They have a e-commerce like thing. So write this project replacing robots with the pharma, explaining how is your website created with multiple services, explain how one service is connected to the other service, and what did you do as a DevOps engineer there. Probably you can say, I've created the CI/CD pipeline, right? Petroleum company. So again, it depends what you are doing in your petroleum company, what exactly is your company doing. End of the day, it's a petroleum company, it's a food related company, anything. These days, applications are built in the microservice architecture only. If you do projects like this, best example, multi-cluster deployment with GitOps. This will suit any organization, right? You might be working in Swiggy, Zomato, you might be working in petroleum company, any company. Here the concept is there is GitOps tool like Argo CD, and there are multiple clusters in which you are deploying your applications. How does that matter if the application is a petroleum application, if the application is a uh, food related application, if the application is a voting application? Totally doesn't matter, right? What matters is the architecture of your project and what did you implement. I can definitely tell you, if someone can complete this project and if they can actually show it in their resume, then right now Kubernetes is trending, GitOps is trending, and you're talking about multi-cluster deployment, then there are like super good chances your resume getting picked. Each of the projects that we are doing, right, the whole intention is that, if I give you an example, this particular project, the e-commerce project on AWS. In Azure, it took less time, but in AWS, I had to create the CSI driver. I had to create the CSI driver related plugins. I've explained that all in the video. I had to create the ALB controller. It took me 8 hours to just record the video, edit, and upload, right? And why did I take so much time and explain this and upload it? Because I thought some people might use it in their resumes and it might help them. So whenever you are commenting on the videos also, right, I will read each and every comment. So if you give me a proper idea, let's say, Abhishek, I've done these projects and I'm looking for some project, share me the project idea. I'm open to do those projects for you. Anyways, I'm doing the projects, and if some suggestion is coming from you, I will definitely pick up those suggestion. I will do the project, and I'll also give you the credits for bringing up the idea of that project. Okay, now let me look at the comment section for a while. And one thing I can definitely tell you is, you cannot get these projects anywhere. uh, it's not about bragging about the channel, but the detailing of the things that are available here, right? This particular project, the Python project, creating a Jira ticket through the GitHub, anybody can use it. You are working in microservices architecture, monolithic architecture, you are working in startup, MNC, anybody can use it, right? Because using Python, you have created a Jira ticket on a GitHub webhook. So there is GitHub, Python, and Jira integration. Any organization can use this particular project. And some of these things come with my experience because I've been working in the company. So wherever I find these kind of projects, or while working in my organization, if I see some DevOps engineers implementing these kind of things, immediately I think of making these videos on the channel. Okay, let's see. Why are you doing all this for free, Shivraj? Uh, like what I can say, Uh, see, one thing is, let me be very honest. So Shivraj asked me this question. So one thing is, this is not totally free. If I have to be bluntly honest, because the channel is monetized, right? So if I say that everything is free, then people again might say that, Abhishek, the channel is monetized, so you are getting revenue from YouTube. So yeah, uh, YouTube is monetized, and I'm getting revenue out of it. Only thing you need to understand, this is probably like 5% of what I get if I do a paid course, right? So if I do paid course today, looking at my subscriber count and everything, I can easily get 20 times of what I'm getting in this free courses. But the intention is, I've explained previously also, I want to keep everything for free on the YouTube channel, so that if there is anyone underprivileged, because there are a lot of people who cannot afford the courses. So if there is anyone underprivileged, they can go to the channel and they can look at these projects and they can implement the projects. There is no barrier, right? If I do this, then there will not be any barrier. Like, okay, only if you can afford the courses, you can actually do it. So that's my intention. And once I feel that I have everything on this channel, let's say I've put the Python related things, I've put Kubernetes, Azure, DevOps. At that point of time, I might even think of paid courses. But right now, my intention is to keep everything for free as much as I can do. Uh, you might have seen me posting almost one video a day when I started the Azure course, right? That is because I want to complete the Azure course as soon as possible. And if anyone is learning Azure, they have the projects also, right? So don't take it in any other way, because often people ask me this question and it also becomes very controversial. Why are you doing these things for free? Then even if I put that in the comments, if I put that as a YouTube post, a lot of people take this in a positive way, a lot of people take this in a negative way. So because we are doing live, I think I can explain the entire thing very clearly. That's why I'm telling you. So one thing is the YouTube channel is monetized, but that is like only 5% or 10%, maybe at the most, of what I can get if I do the paid courses. My intention right now is to keep everything for free as much as I can do. AWS, Azure. In future, if I learn anything new like generative AI, I'll also keep that for free. And after that, when I believe that, okay, I've done my part and everything is available, then maybe I'll think about creating courses or creating an organization, company. I don't know what will I do. Okay, let's move to the next one. Again, people are asking these questions. Let me pick this one. I think it will help a lot of people. Till what extent should I complete your playlist to get a job as fresher and for experience? Okay, see, there is no extent, to be very honest, because these days freshers are also very capable. They are also learning things, right? So don't limit yourself to any point. All my courses are very well structured, right? If you go to the DevOps playlist, all the DevOps related videos are in the order. If you go to AWS playlist, all the AWS related videos are in order, right? Try as much as possible. Why would you like to limit, right? If you're not understanding a particular concept as a fresher, you have that liberty of leaving the topic and move to a next one, right? Because you can tell in your interviews that I tried to understand that concept, but I did not understand. I tried my level best, and this is my understanding on that topic. But as an experience, you cannot leave the concepts. You should definitely go in the order. If you're not understanding something, if you're wasting too much time, ignore that topic, move to the next one. Later point of time, you can come back, right? Or you can take help from anyone. You can join our members only group. There is a join button on the channel where if you join as a member, you get access to a Telegram group. If you have any questions, we will try to answer as much as possible. Also, there is a community, so people try to help each other. We will try our best to help a lot of times. So this is what happens, right? So as a fresher, you have that liberty. If you're not understanding a topic, you can move to the next one. But if you are experienced, move to the next one, but later point of time, definitely come back to it. Okay, uh, can you make video on Ansible? Yeah, I'll make videos on Ansible, sure. Let me pick up some more comments. Let me see. I'll also repeat the projects related things towards the end of this video. So let me stop sharing for a while, and let me pick up the questions. You can apply any company. You can apply fan company. You can apply man company. There is no problem. And I strongly believe if you are a fresher, the projects that are available on the channel, they definitely have the potential for you to apply for Fang, for you to apply for Mang, any companies. As an experienced, yeah, it depends a lot. You cannot apply for Fang companies as an experience if you are just learning DevOps. But if you are a fresher, then you can make use of the most of this channel. And one more thing, I never tell people that to limit yourself. You can also go to other channels. You can explore the things. If you feel that there is something very good, you can also share with me. I will also try to make such videos. So we are a community, right? Let's try to grow together. And if there is something that is missing, we can all learn together, and we can all. That's why I'm asking you, if there is any suggestion about the projects, then share with me. If your suggestion is not that correct, I will try to correct. If your suggestion is very good, I will try to pick up that, and I'll try to do the videos also. Can you spend a video? Okay, Ashok is asking this question. Can you spend 1 minute on cloud operations versus DevOps? Are the skill sets well? Okay, Ashok, let me tell you, there is nothing called cloud operations engineer at this point of time. There are very, very few roles, and they are also getting uh, replaced, because right now, just consider DevOps as an umbrella, and within this umbrella, there are cloud engineers, there are people who are writing the CI/CD pipelines, there are people who are doing the security part for the DevOps. Everything comes under DevOps. Only thing is, if you are learning DevOps with AWS, then people call it AWS DevOps. If you are learning DevOps with Azure, people call it as Azure DevOps Cloud Engineering role. That's it. But you have to learn DevOps and cloud. Uh, Faisal, thank you so much. So Faisal has contributed to the channel. Thank you, Faisal. Thank you for the tremendous amount of time and knowledge you're sharing. Learn a lot from the channel. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you so much, Faisal. Okay, let me move. Abhishek, is the Azure course will be helpful for certification? I never do courses for certifications. In future also, I'll not be doing any courses for certifications, because people have their opinions. This is my opinion. What I strongly believe is that in the market at this point of time, I've also shared my screen a lot of times and showed you in the live. Right now, certifications are not mandatory in the DevOps field. Okay. When certification becomes mandatory, I'll definitely let you know that certifications are mandatory. But right now, certifications are just for you. What is a certification? How did this entire thing start? Basically, is that clients want to understand if a person who is joining them knows a particular thing or not. So instead of interviews, they used to ask for certifications. But right now, for DevOps field, there is not even single certification that is mandatory for you to enter into DevOps and cloud role. If you are more interested in structured learning, go to a particular certification, look at the course structure of that certification, understand what topics are covered in that certification, learn them, and don't give the certification. Right? If you are working in an organization, and if your organization is paying you for that certification, that's a different thing. But if you are a fresher, if you are a college student, spending 20,000, 30,000 on certification, I would not recommend. Right? If you are working in an organization, then yeah, that's fine. I've done so many certifications, but I've never spent money, because either my organization is sponsoring, or AWS community is sponsoring, something like that. Yeah, some people might not like that suggestion that I've given, because there are a lot of people who like the certifications. But uh, very honestly, I did not want to hurt anyone's feelings, but this is my personal opinion. That's it. If you are not convinced with my answer, yeah, you can go to the LinkedIn today, pick up 10 job profiles, see if anyone is asking for certifications as mandatory. Probably one or two might ask. There will be a course DevSecOps. There will not be course called DevSecOps on this channel. I'll definitely not make any such courses, because there is nothing called DevSecOps. Please understand that. DevSecOps. Did you anytime hear something like uh, security development, or did you something hear something like security testing engineers? then why is there something called DevSecOps, right? So as a DevOps engineer, it is your responsibility to include security in every aspect. Let me share my screen and show you. I've done so many projects. Unfortunately, people don't realize that they are dealing with the core security aspects of DevOps. For example, if you go to these videos, enforce Kubernetes security with Kyverno, real-time Kubernetes project. So here we have used Kyverno, which is dynamic admission controller. Using this, we have set up Kubernetes knobs, which will enforce the security on the Kubernetes. How Kubernetes clusters are secured in real time. Here I have explained how to secure your etcd, how to secure your uh, API server, and every project that I talk about. Like for example, even while I was explaining the DevSecOps project or this Argo CD project, I was explaining you how to make these projects more secure, right? So that is DevSecOps. Don't Please do not consider DevSecOps as a different stream. Whatever you are doing today, security has to be the first thing that you have to consider. Even if you are writing a shell script, you have to make sure that your shell script is secure. There should not be any leaks in the passwords or something. Okay, let me go down. Certification is required for DevOps. I just explained. So I don't think I have to explain it one more time. Priyansh, I just explained about certifications. Please. Okay. Again, this is one of the most asked questions. Can we start DevOps from Python for DevOps playlist? So see, it's very simple. Start with DevOps Zero to Hero playlist. Go to the AWS or Azure Zero to Hero playlist, right? In DevOps Zero to Hero playlist, we have covered basics of all the DevOps things like Docker, Kubernetes, CI/CD. Everything at the basic level is covered. Then go to any of the cloud provider course, AWS or Azure, where we have done advanced projects, complicated projects on AWS and Azure. Finally, you can go to the Terraform project, Terraform for DevOps engineers, where I have explained Terraform real-time use cases and Terraform real-time projects. Okay, let's move to the next one. So I hope the order of the playlist is clear. A lot of people have asked me this question. Is DSA required for DevOps? It's not required. It's a good to have for some companies. So always try to understand must have skills and good to have skills. DSA does not fall into the must have skills. So if you are a DevOps engineer, you need to learn DSA. It's not right. Okay, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. What will be the best DevOps projects for to add in the resume? So you can go to the channel. I have shown you the playlist. You can pick up the projects. Do the projects whatever you like. Identify the stream that you are strong in. Like there is a Kubernetes project, there is a Azure DevOps project, there is a AWS project, right? All of them are trending in the market. Terraform is also trending in the market. So do those projects, whatever you like, build your core strong zone in that areas and showcase that as your strong zone. There is nothing like the best project, right? If you can explain a particular thing in a very good way, then that becomes the best project for you. I hate Go language. Abdu, that's fine. When market will be strong? Sai Saket is asking this question. When market will be strong? Nobody knows when market will be strong. I don't know what is the exact definition for market being strong, but unfortunately for freshers, the market is not good for DevOps development. If I go to a development YouTube channel, I see in the comments, will development be replaced with AI? Development market is saturated. If I go to the DevOps channel, there people post comments that DevOps market is saturated. So in general, unfortunately for the freshers, 2023 freshers, the situations have been very unfortunate for them. Even I feel very sorry. But if you are experienced engineer, there are so many calls that people are getting. I have built one Naukri resume for just validating if there are calls in the market or not. I did that live, and till today there are calls from various companies, top MNCs. So for experienced people, there is very good market out there. Akin, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Can you show us how to monitor the RoboShop site? Yeah, sure. Sometimes I will do that because that project also, Akin is asking about the e-commerce project. So the e-commerce project that I have deployed, it also has the metrics and it also has the monitoring. Sometimes when we deal with Prometheus or something, Akin, I will definitely show the monitoring part. Okay. Video on how people can shift from non-IT to DevOps, some experience as developer in techs. We did a lot of videos, Rohan. I think you did not follow. We did podcasts with people who have transitioned from non-IT to IT, who are our channel subscribers. So you can just go to the channel, just scroll through the videos. You will find people. There is one person who has, we have Kranti on our channel, who is one of our subscriber. Kranti transitioned from hotel management to DevOps. Then I've done a podcast with a army person, right? Uh, who has transitioned from army to Vishal, I believe, who transitioned from army to DevOps. So yeah, we did a lot. Cloud cost management in DevOps. See, again, I'm talking about this. If you go to this playlist, I have done videos on them. AWS cost optimization. There is a very detailed video, right? So just try to search on the channel. We have done like 350 or close to 400 videos. We have done a lot of projects, right? So just try to explore. You will definitely get the projects most of the times. If you don't get, yeah, even I am making more projects in future. So you will see more projects coming on the channel, but most of these common use cases like cloud cost management, all of them are already there. Let me scroll down. Sridhar, sorry for that. I'm experienced. I'm not getting any calls. Please work on your resume. Watch my Naukri resume building session. Try to build your own resume. Do not copy from others. At least for experienced people, I can confidently say there are so many calls because closely I see people for whom, like I told you, I prepared a couple of resumes, and people are getting like 3 to 4 calls a week. They are not HR calls, calls that are getting scheduled from the company. So market is good for experienced people. I'm not talking about freshers. Hmm, let's pick up new comments. So 10 more minutes to go. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. And towards the end of this video, I'll also talk about projects one more time, and I'll clearly show you the projects and explain you how can you put them in your resume. I already explained that, but I'll repeat that one more time. Which DevOps tool should I choose to give certification? As there are quite a few. uh, if you are looking for certifications, I am the very wrong person because I don't encourage anyone to do certifications, unfortunately. So probably you can pick this advice from someone who is good at certifications. Yeah, sorry, unfortunately, I'm not the right person because I don't encourage people to. If you are working professional, then yeah, go with the certifications. If you are a fresher, then you can pick up any course like our AWS course. You can learn AWS. You can just go to the certification curriculum, give some certification mock tests, and get confidence. When you join an organization, probably you can give the certification. Right now, nobody is asking certifications as mandatory in the job descriptions. You can check the LinkedIn. Let me scroll down fast. Okay, this is very important. For each project, can you give what exactly to put in resume? Many find it difficult to explain the project in the resume. This is the very, very important thing, right? This is one thing where you should not be taking anyone's help. Trust me, don't take anyone's help. Do the project, do it 2 times, do it 3 times. You will understand what is the important part of that project. And you will be able to write those things in the resume. And Once you write them, then you have capability to explain that to the interviewer as well. Do not take anyone's help in at least this point. You can take help in tutorials, you can take help in doing the videos, but resume is the only thing where you have to write your things by yourself. And during the interviews, people ask questions on your resume. You will be able to answer only if you write that resume. You will be able to write only if you do that projects, right? So yeah, never try to do that, please. GitHub Actions videos are also there. Yeah. So what will happen for freshers? Don't worry, market is getting better. Abdu, market is getting better. In future, we hope the market to be the best. So yeah, how Kubernetes, GitOps, and Argo CD are asked in the interview important topics and prep new trends as per the past 3 years experience. Yeah, because they are trending, then people will ask you questions on that. No. So there is a question that does learning only AWS? Question is from Tom Cruise. Does learning only AWS course will help me to get a job? Right now, I would say no, because the market, people are expecting both DevOps plus a cloud. So yeah, probably you might get, but very rare. Sir, tell about AWS cloud support associate role. Right now, the market is not good. If you are in support, try to transition into DevOps. How much experience can you put by doing the projects on the channel? Again, a very important question. So a lot of people ask this question after completing the Azure course, after completing DevOps Zero to Hero, after completing AWS Zero to Hero, how much experience can we put and try? So answer to this is how much you are learning from them. I try to put most of my knowledge on those things. So you can also put 10 years experience, right? The three-tier architecture project, I have shared the source code. I've shared, uh, like I did the video for maybe 1.5 hours. If you spend more time, you can dig dive into the GitHub repository. It's an open source repository, public repository, and you can learn more things about it. With learning, if I explain you some 10%, you can do 20% of that project, right? You can enhance it more. That way you can show more experience. So there is no limit. By doing the same projects, you can show 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years also. How Kubernetes manifests are linked for each microservice and how Ingress is working. Most difficult part, extend the service, but don't get proper idea. So I explained this same thing in the recent video, how Kubernetes manifests are linked to each microservice. I explained in the three-tier architecture video. Please take a look at that. That's in the Azure DevOps series. Also, I've explained that in the Azure CI/CD pipeline, where we have built CI/CD pipelines for each microservice, where I've explained how the Docker file is related, how Kubernetes service file is related, and how Ingress is also related. So please try to watch that. Good question. What is your opinion about fake experience? I would say, even if you have 0.0001% chance to try in the IT space, try yourself. Do not go with fake experience, because the evaluation of the profiles and candidates has become so strict. If you put or if you show fake experience, you will be the first one. You might even enter the organization. But when there are layoffs, you will be the first person to get laid off, because people are checking PF profiles. There are so many ways right now, because everything is digital. It's very easy to identify a fake candidate. Even after working for 5 years in IT, you might have put that fake experience 3 years ago, but still people can easily identify you. So even if you have 0.0001% chance to succeed without going with the fake experience, go with that. Please do not go with fake experience if you have any chance. What is this? Did I miss something? Please confirm patient surname. I think I missed some comment there. Okay, so let me go back and explain about the projects because the thank you so much. So there is one question. Let me open that. So firstly, thank you, uh, Pratisruti. Can you please make video building CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins, where automating deployment process from GitHub to building it using Maven and storing the artifacts in Nexus. So if you, Prati, let me share my screen. Firstly, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. And that is what I was explaining about the projects on the channel. So if you just go to the channel and explore this playlist called real time projects, and these are only some projects that I have handpicked. Apart from this, there are 30, 40 more projects on the channel. If you just go to the videos on the channel, just scroll your channel, just scroll the channel. For example, your use case. This is the project. You might be seeing the diagram also here. Jenkins end-to-end implementation. So the entire project is done on Jenkins. There is Git, there is Maven, and we have used Sonar, we have used Docker, we have used Argo CD to deploy to Kubernetes. So I think all of your requirement is covered, right? Except for storing the artifacts in Nexus. So Nexus is just a plugin. You can connect to the Nexus Artifactory and push your jar. If I get some time, I will also try to explain. But in this case, I did not push the artifact anywhere. I stored it as a Docker image. So Docker image is the artifact in this case, and I've stored it like that, right? So the project is available end to end, and it's a microservice Java Spring Boot application that I have written. I hope I have answered your question. Siddharth, thank you so much for joining the channel as a member. So if you join the channel as a member, you get access to a Telegram channel where you can ask questions. It's a doubt clearing channel, and there are a lot of other people who will try to help you. Also, I am active on that channel. Okay, let me now move to the core part, which I have explained during the beginning of the video, and I will repeat, and that is how I am also going to conclude. So the whole purpose of this video is to talk about projects. A lot of people have been asking about real-time projects. I see that on LinkedIn, I see that on YouTube comments, and the thing is we are doing a lot of projects. So one thing that I want to tell you, the whole effort that I try to put, some of these projects take 6 hours, some of these projects take 8 hours. The e-commerce project, when I did it on AWS, because on AWS I had to create the EBS CSI driver. The project was not actually working on the AWS, so I had to tweak the Helm charts, and also I had to get it working with the ALB controller, some other configuration settings. So if I put 8 hours of my time and if I try to do that project, the whole intention, because this is also free on the YouTube channel, the whole intention is to make that project reach to maximum number of people, and maximum number of people get benefited out of it, right? So whenever I do the project, what I make sure is that project has some real time use case. The e-commerce project has a very good use case, that if you are working in any e-commerce company, you might be working in a merchandise e-commerce company, you might be working in food delivery application companies, you might be working in, these days every company has their own website, right? And they have option to ship their products. So for any company that you're working which has a website, you can showcase this as a project in your company, and the same project is available on AWS and Azure. So this is how I choose the projects to help maximum number of people. Second thing, let's say you want to do projects on Python. Let's take example of this project itself. Automate Jira creation on GitHub event using Python. So every organization has GitHub or GitLab or any particular thing, Bitbucket or any particular thing, and they also have a ticketing tool like Jira. So using these things, you can showcase that you have done this project in your organization. If you are a fresher, You can tell that you have implemented this as your fun project, or you have implemented this as a learning project. So for Python also, when I have done a project, I try to understand that it helps maximum number of people. AWS cloud cost optimization. Azure, we are doing cloud cost optimization. This project, every company can do this project, right? You can just show this project. If you implement it, you can show that you have done this project. Now, the major thing is that many of the people will fail to do these projects because they will not do the fundamentals, right? uh, I keep explaining to the members of the channel as well, whoever I interact on Telegram. Do not directly go to the channel, and do not directly go to a particular project. If you start with this 3 tier architecture project, 90% of the chance that you cannot implement the project because you don't know the basics of it, right? Start with the basics, and once you understand the basics, then go to the projects. And that is how I've structured the playlist as well. Okay. And let's say you want to do 2 tier architecture, 3 tier architecture, 5 microservices, 8 microservices. You want to do the security. A lot of people are asking about security. Just look at how many number of videos are available on security. A lot of people were asking about DevSecOps, right? If you just try to look at this, right? This is Kubernetes enhanced security with Kyverno, where this is a most real-time project because we have used admission controllers to enforce the security of the project, uh, of the complete Kubernetes cluster. Then we have another Kubernetes project where we have secured the API server. When we are implementing the CI/CD pipelines, I am talking about security. What more kind of projects you need in security? Each and every project that is on the channel will help you onboard, will help you implement and put those things on your resume, but always start with the fundamentals. Melvin has a question. Thanks, Melvin. First of all, I have 3 years experience. How to overcome that overwhelming feeling that I get whenever I am learning DevOps? Perfect. And last question is, can we connect one-on-one? Right now, I'm not doing one-on-ones. Whenever I do it on TopMate, I'll let you know. Right now, I don't have the time for it, so I stopped TopMate completely. But I can answer this question: how to overcome that overwhelming feeling? Just start with basics first. Do not go to the advanced. Example: start with my DevOps Zero to Hero playlist. Right? Just go through the basics. Right? Even if you don't understand that completely, try to just go over through the videos, understand it as much as possible. Prepare your notes. Complete that. Right? Don't get stuck at one point. If you're not understanding, don't waste your complete time on it. Then second time, once you complete the entire thing, then go with the advanced things. You will feel like I already know something and you'll be much more confident on it, right? That is how I would suggest you. Let me pick up two questions, last two questions. Yeah, and one more thing is, lot of times I have noticed that people try to look out for more and more and more projects, but they don't actually do the projects that are available with them, right? What that will do is you will keep waiting for the projects, right? Let's say you have a project on the channel. What you will feel that, let me wait for more complicated project, or let me wait for a project of a particular choice, or let me do this next week, let me do this after 1 month when I have some time. What will happen is you will keep waiting, and eventually you will lag behind a lot of concepts, and you will not even start with the concepts, right? So do not wait for something like that. There is no right time. Start with whatever resources that you have at this point of time, complete those things, and then move to the next ones. No, DevOps 60-day videos are enough. DevOps 60-day videos are enough just for the basics, right? There are 45, day 1 to day 45, which covers the basics. After that, you need to learn AWS or Azure playlist. But without DevOps Zero to Hero playlist, you cannot go to any other playlist because you will not understand concepts. Okay, this is again no. For experienced candidate, does personal project be considered instead of company project? Shalini is asking this question. answer to this, Shalini, is no. Companies don't consider your personal projects. Just if you are talking about one personal project, trying to explain them that okay, uh, I don't have this particular thing in my organization, so I learned it on my own. One thing they might consider, but if you showcase all your personal projects in your resume and not covering any organizational project, then they will not consider. If you are going with experience, let's say you are working in, let's take an example. Let's say you are working in Nike, okay, and you are working as a support engineer in Nike. You want to transition into DevOps. So what you can do, you can do these projects on the channel, try to convert them into Nike projects, trying to figure out in Nike how these projects will be implemented, and try to do some kind of exercises on that, try to prepare the resume according to that, try to give some mock interviews for yourself on that, and then finally go with the interview. But directly personal projects won't work. Take these as inspiration and convert them into your organizational projects. Thank you. Your trainings are awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, last one question. Let me scroll down fast. Okay. Yeah, Arun has a question. Can we expect playlist on Golang? Definitely, you can expect. I will do a playlist on Golang. But right now, a lot of people still need to understand Shell and Python. So I've completed Shell, I've completed Python, AWS, Kubernetes, Terraform, DevOps. We completed. We are completing Azure. So I will go to Golang as well. But let's go in a structured way. That is my idea. Okay. So thank you so much. Monitoring also I'll do. Uh, okay, Shubham. So Shubham is here. Thank you so much, Shubham. Shubham, love from Pune. Okay, love from Hyderabad. Thank you so much, Shubham, for joining this live session. Shubham has always been a lot of support, and thanks for encouraging. Sometimes we will also do live, Shubham, together. I don't know whenever it will be possible for you and for me. Uh, Let me pick up one last question. Whoever is asking. Okay, this question has been something that is repeating a lot of times. Please make projects on setting up system. Did I lose it? Please make projects on setting up system monitoring, application monitoring, using different tools like Prometheus, Grafana, App Dynamics. Okay, Siddharth, the e-commerce project that I've deployed actually has monitoring part also, but it would have become overwhelming, so I've skipped it. But sometimes I'll also explain you the monitoring part. We'll try to configure Prometheus, Grafana or something, and we'll also try to explain for sure. Okay, thanks everyone. Thank you so much for joining the live stream with me today, and I hope you found it useful. I hope you found it informative. See you all in the next one in the live stream. And if you have any suggestions to me, like I explained you, put the comment, but in the comment try to elaborate. If you are asking for a project, try to put the complete details. First try to search for that project on the channel, and if it is not available, you can put a very detailed comment explaining what exactly are you looking for, and if it is valid, I will definitely do that project. See you all soon. Take care everyone. Bye bye.